So here we are in our Cloud Server dashboard, and as you can see, we have several cloud servers already purchased, including the web server that will soon host our company's website. Our task is to make this server ready for the development team to populate with website files, scripts, and databases. There are 4 steps to our task. 1. Log on to the Windows CloudServer and enable Internet Information Services, or IIS. 2. Configure IIS to use the D drive where our paid-for disk storage resides, rather than the default C drive. 3. Test the web server. And 4. Enable FTP to allow the development team to load the web files. Let's get started. Here we are logged into our Windows Cloud Server as a local administrator. If you need help on how to log into your server, please reference our knowledge base articles or videos on the subject. First thing we will open is our Server Management Console by going to Start, Administrative Tools, and finally Server Manager. In the application, right-click on Roles and then Add Roles. When we get to the list of available roles to install, click on Web Server, the shorthand for Internet Information Services, and then Next. This is the list of available options for IIS. We will click on Management Services and FTP Server. Click on Next and then finally Install. Now let's set the default path of the website to use our large disk volume on our D drive and not the default C drive. Click on Start and Computer. As you can see, the C drive is a 20 gigabyte drive that savvisdirect provides free of charge to host the operating system. The D drive hosts the entire storage allocation that we paid for. Once in the D drive, we will right-click and create a folder named Websites. Then let's go ahead and create a subfolder called Default. Now we create a text file that will become our default HTML file for testing our website. First, we create a file named index.txt. We then edit the file and enter some text that we will look for when testing the site. Now save and close. The last thing to do is to rename the file index.html. Once we have completed that, we're going to change the default path of the IIS. Go back and click Start, Administrative Tools, the Internet Information Services IIS Manager. Open up the node from the Connections panel. Then click on Sites and then click on Default Websites. In the Actions panel, click on the Basic Settings. Then change the physical path to the folder we have created in the D drive. Once this has completed, you will click OK. Now we are back to our laptop. We're in our savvisdirect Management Console. We use a new tab to navigate to the new server. And here is our text. Shazam! There's your website. Of course, we can later update our DNS so that the users can navigate to our site without using an IP address. Now to add FTP so that the dev team can upload files to it. Again, open our IIS Manager. In IIS, right-click on Sites and then click on Add FTP Site. We give this FTP site a name and set the default path to the website's path. In this next screen, we will allow SSL, but not require it. And finally, we enable basic authentication to secure the site. At this point, we have installed and configured our web server. and we have enabled the FTP site to which the development team can upload files. We are good to go.